Now, the Horn of Africa region has been hit by one of its worst droughts in decades, affecting 20 million people. According to the United Nations and aid organizations, close to 10 million Ethiopians could suffer from acute malnutrition or starvation unless help arrives. And in Somalia, thousands may die. The drought was caused by the lack of rain from 2 consecutive rainy seasons due to El Niño climate phenomena. Aid agencies and the Ethiopian government say that $1.4 billion is required to provide relief and long-term care for 10 million people, in addition to the 8 million people that the United States feeds at the cost of $100 million annually. According to Somaliland authorities, more than 450,000 people are in need of help, and more than 50,000 children in Somalia face death because of the drought.
Caused thousands of nomadic people to walk days in search of food and water after losing their livestock. The United Nations and other aid organizations are appealing for money for drought relief. However, international response for funding is too slow to come. Aid agencies and the Ethiopian government say $1.4 billion is required to provide relief and long-term care for 10 million people. In addition to the 8 million people the United States feeds at the cost of $100 million every year.
The peak of the crisis is still to come. So I think we will see the situation getting worse before it will get better. And we talk about maybe a small improvement around mid-2016 or shortly after this. Therefore, a step up of the humanitarian operation is absolutely necessary.
So far, only $400 million has been raised from the Ethiopian government and the donors. The United States has already pledged $93 million for the Ethiopian drought, and by far this is the largest provider for the relief effort. But unless other rich countries contribute, the drought might become a full-blown famine. The Obama administration has dispatched a U.S. Agency for International Development Disaster Response team to address the situation in Ethiopia. But the drought has also been devastating throughout the region, in Eritrea, Somalia, Djibouti and Somaliland.
Over the course of last year, in many places it simply didn't rain. Now that obviously had an impact on agriculture, but also on drinking water. For those in areas which are used to accessing shallow drinking water wells, many of them have dried up, which has started to also be a factor in driving displacement.
According to Somaliland authorities, more than 450,000 people are in need of help. In Somalia, violence and political instability have hampered access to aid. According to the United States, more than 50,000 children in Somalia face death because of the drought. Ellen Wanjiru, KTN News.